Hello, my name is Corinna Redford, and I'm in Miss Silveri's sixth period class. Yeah, sixth period class. And our assignment was to make a video of our final exam. And when I started this, I had started with said I was going to write like an essay and then just read it. That didn't work. I'm not a very good writer. I'm working on it though, but I'm not a very good writer. So writing it was really hard. So I decided I'm just going to talk. I have like little key points I want to hit, but I'm just going to talk. Our step one was to compose on a question. And my question that I picked was, you can leave home all you want, but home will never leave you. Sonrisa Tate. Sonrisa Tate's statement suggests that home may be conceived as a dwelling, a place, or a state of mind. It may have a positive or negative associations. In either case, it may have a considerable influence on an individual. Choose a novel or play in which central character leaves home, yet finds that home remains significant. Explain how the character's idea of home illuminates the larger meaning of the work. Do not merely summarize the plot. Okay, so with this being said, let me move this because I can have a better way of talking. With this being said, I picked Legally Blonde. The musical. Everyone knows that I am a big musical theater head. I am one of those people who love musical theater and everything about it. So, when she said play, I took play as musical, which is a musical is basically a play with songs, random songs and dance numbers. It's pretty awesome, actually. Check it out. But Legally Blonde, the musical, is amazing, first off. It's based off the book. And the movie of same name. In the book, Elle Woods, she falls in love with this dude, and she thinks it's her soulmate. He breaks up with her. She's devastated, and she decides, I'm gonna go to Harvard and meet him and be all lovey-dovey with him. And he turns her down, meets this awesome guy. They fall in love, get married. Blase, love story, classic. But the epic thing about this musical and this play and this book and this movie, it's a lot of things, is that throughout the whole time, she's constantly tested in things that, what would a lawyer do and what would Elle do? And of course, Elle being Elle was Elle. One scenario is she was asked that she had to, what is it called? She had to turn in a resume. What did Elle do? She turned it on pink scented paper. Scented paper, you guys. Not just normal white paper, scented paper. So Elle is one of those people who is not going to do the normal, typical routine. She's going to go be herself. In court, she stuck with her gut and said, hey, this guy is gay. There's no way he's sleeping with a female. He's gay, for crying out loud. So what did she do? She said, hey, this dude's gay. If you're not going to listen to me, you're going to lose the case. Dude hits on her, and she ends up being right because she's someone from California. California people have super great gaydar. So she says, hey, this dude's gay. I'm right. You're wrong. He goes to jail. Boom. Case is won. Elle is just a terrific person. Her being from California and being a lawyer at that it's kind of an oxymoron. Lawyers, California, no. So her being who she is perfect for what she wants to do. Because if not, she wouldn't be true to herself. And when you're not true to yourself, you're not you. She tried to fit in with everybody else. She tried to wear the black suit, the black shoes, the ugly gray charcoal suit. That's just that's ugly, first of all. No offense to anybody who wears that. It's your own personal preference. Mine, it's not cute. So she said, I'm not gonna be like when she tried to do that, it wasn't who she really was. So for her to be who she is and what she does, I think it's perfect. In this next, we're gonna let you hear a clip of the song at the end of the musical. In it, it sums up the whole everything that I'm trying to say. So here it is. The song is "Find My Way." It's the very last song, and it's the finale of the musical. It's beautiful. Here you go.
Shakespeare wrote, "To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man." I believe this wise statement best applies to a woman, a blonde woman. Over the past 3 years, she taught me and showed us all that being true to yourself never goes out of style. Ladies and gentlemen, our valedictorian, Ella! Ladies and gentlemen of the class.
Okay, that statement is just perfect for the ending of my segment, part 1. Okay, part 2 of the video is some self-reflect questions. Number 1, how have you grown as a learner throughout the course of this semester? Okay, this is big. When I first came to Miss Silveri's class, I had heard so much good about her class from last year and the year before that of how much Miss Silveri is like the best teacher ever. And I came in there and I was like, okay, I'm expecting this awesome thing, and I was right. It was amazing. I feel like myself and that's the same person, I feel like I have grown more than I have grown in any other class. I've noticed a change in myself, in my work ethic, in what I do, and how I go about looking at things. I don't just take things off the surface. I take it a deeper level. I've noticed that if I want to know something, I Google it. Google is my best friend. I mean, there's really no way to really explain it, but I feel like I really have blossomed in myself and my understanding of things. Number 2, what was the most important idea, argument that was generated this semester? Discussions, and can you explain this concept in your words? In my class, we talked a lot about power and who holds the power and how they either abuse or use the power correctly. I know it was a really big talk, especially with the government. We really talked about power in the government a lot. It kind of went hand in hand. It was with how the government and education, or the government and welfare, or the government and people's rights, and the government and this, and the government and that. And it all came back to who has the power and how they're using that power. So I would say that was a big one for me. And it really opened my eyes and made me more aware of what's going on around me. That I'm not just someone standing in the sidelines, but I'm actually understanding what's going on around me. Yeah. What are the values or beliefs that inform this idea, argument? I think I just answered that. But I would say the values would be like something that's close to me. So the fact that I've been in school for 12 years and they're changing things over and over again because they can. They just feel like hey, we're going to screw this kid up for the rest of their life because we decide, hey, this is how I want education to run. It doesn't work that way. You just can't have power and say, I'm going to decide this is how I want school systems to be run, and that's just how it's going to be. End of story. End discussion. It's not fair. And I feel it's not right. Yeah. How do you think that this issue is viewed by those with whom you disagree? Well, first, I think people who disagree are just accepting what is. That's first. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, then that's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion. But I think they view this issue as it being. It's a great way of learning. It's a new way of learning. It's a better way of learning. And in the end, it is a better way of learning. But I think they go about it the wrong way. How can you or will you use what you learn in this course outside the 4 walls of class? Well, to start with, I inform Mom what we do in class daily. I tell her, Mom, here we did in Miss Silveri's class. We talked about this. Here's what we learned. Here's what I learned. And So I like to inform my family of what I've learned, because I feel like if I'm learning it, it's all whoopty dandy. But if I'm not sharing it with anybody else, what does that help? So I want to share with how I'm learning and how I'm being able to open my eyes and learn new things with everybody else. Yeah. Okay.
A few mistakes ago, I was in your sights. You got me alone.